Dear viewers and students, in the category of the videos regarding the SSLC chapters, today I am going to deal about one of the important chapter in the sociology by name social stratification. Social stratification. Social stratification means here the division of the society in various strata. In this chapter, we are going to know about important concepts. One by one, I am going to highlight those concepts. First of all, we try to know about the one of the important concept in this chapter, social inequality. Social inequality. In the society, we find the inequality among the people on various criteria. On basis of various criteria, we find the inequality. Particularly, we find that inequality on the basis of gender and on the basis of caste, profession, then on the basis of race, class, and even on other various criteria we find inequality. Okay, what is the effect of this inequality? What do we find in the society? Why we should know about this concept? Because on the basis of this, that is inequality on the basis of gender, caste, profession, race, and classes. In the society, the people are denied of certain facilities, and on the basis of these gender and other various criteria, some get more facilities, more opportunities, and some get less. Where we have to know about the access to the various things in the society, particularly access to the materials. Access to materials. Here, on the basis of gender, some are getting more materials, some are getting less materials, as well as even the access to resources. On these all criteria, some are having more resources and some are having less resources. And even the access to income. Some are having more income and less income. Like that, even access to opportunities. Some get more opportunities and some are denied of opportunities because of these reasons. And even that is recognition. Recognition, they get more recognized in the society and some are not recognized in the society. And even the status. The status of a person also depend upon these criteria. Means here this is the social inequality which is done on this basis, and because of this that social inequality, the access to materials, resources, income, opportunities, recognition, status, all also depend upon these things. That is called as that is social inequality. Okay, in our India, we can find these kind of inequality. Not only in India, even in the other parts of the world also we can find this kind of social inequality. And it is the first concept what we have to know about. Next, another concept is called as the educational inequality. Educational inequality. Here, first, we have to know about what is the importance of education, what is the purpose of education. Here, the purpose of education is one thing, giving equal opportunities for all. The aim of providing education to the people is they can get opportunities everywhere without any kind of discrimination. That is the main aim of education, that is equal opportunities. And second one is that is a social justice. Social justice. For getting these two important things, equal opportunities in every field as well as social justice, that is equal treatment with all people. For getting these two, very important one is they should get education. That is here mainly the question comes, what are the important provisions in our Indian Constitution? What are the important steps taken by the Government of India and the steps in the Indian Constitution for providing equal opportunities as well as social justice with the help of education? That I am going to deal here one by one. Now I am going to mention the important articles of Indian Constitution which tells about the education as well as the social justice. If you want, you can go on note these important provisions. First one is Article 39 of Indian Constitution. Article 39 of Indian Constitution says that every state government is having the responsibility to provide social justice. States responsibility to provide social justice. Social justice, it is also one of the important provision in our Indian Constitution, Article 39. Next one is the 86th Amendment of our Constitution. 86th Amendment to our Indian Constitution, and Article 21A. Article 21A says that free and compulsory education is to be provided to every child from from the age to 6 to 14 years. Free and compulsory education. Here it is the 86th Amendment 21A article says that. And next one is Article 45. Article 45 of the Indian Constitution says that child up to, that is 14 years, is required to get free and compulsory education. Free and compulsory education for the child. It is also another important thing. Then next important article is Article 19 of the Constitution. Article 19 of the Constitution, what it deals about the right to freedom. It says that every citizen of India is having the right to express his opinion and express his thought. Right to speak and express their opinion. And next is Article 29 of the Indian Constitution. What it says, it gives the cultural and educational rights of the minorities. Cultural and educational rights to minorities. And the same article, next Article 30, it says that every minority is having the right to start their own educational institutions and protect their culture and their language. That is establishing their educational institutions. Minorities means those who are in minority religion in our India, particularly the Muslims, Sikh, Christians, Parsi, Jain, Buddhist, and they are called as the minorities. They are having this right to establish their own educational institutions. And then Article that is 46 of the Indian Constitution. It also tells about it is the government's responsibility to, that is develop the educational level of SC and ST, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Okay, it is about the various provision, Article 39, 86 Amendment with 21A, and U1, Article 45, Article 19, Article 29, Article 30, Article 46. All these articles are responsible for providing free and compulsory education as well as giving right for every child to get education. And here many important cases in this syllabus. One of the important case is mentioned, that is Andhra Pradesh versus Unni Krishnan case. In that case also one of the important hearing was there, and the Supreme Court has given the decision that it is the responsibility of the government to give, that is a free and compulsory education to every child, not only from the, that is the primary level, even it starts from the Anganwadi level, and that is the holistic perspective of the Indian that is constitution as well as development of education. Okay, it is about the social inequality. After that, let us try to know about the another type of inequality. What is found in our Indian as well as other societies also. That is gender inequality. Gender. In the previous class, I told you gender is nothing but the difference between the men and women. That is here in our Indian society, we can find this kind of gender inequality. Why this kind of gender inequality is found in the society? It is one of the important social perspective and it is a interdependent. It is a interdependent opinion of the person, and that opinion is influenced by various other things, particularly the family background or the neighbors and many other people influence the thinking of the people. That is a treatment of a girl child and a boy child, and giving importance for the boys and less importance to the girls. This is a perspective what is fine, and it is a perspective, it is a thinking of the people which depends upon or which is influenced by the various background or various atmosphere, particularly the family and neighbors. Family and neighbors and other various things which influence the thinking of man regarding the girl and boy. What is the effect of this one? Here, this thing is here, support for the boys will be more and support for the girls will be less. It is the gender inequality what is found in our Indian society. What is the effect of this one? Effect of this gender inequality, where it affects. Particularly, it affects in particular fields like education. Here, girls considered as they are not important to get education. Education should be given for the boys. It is a old concept. Even until present society also it is continued in some of the people, and that is providing education. And next about the providing food. While serving the food or giving the food, more boys are given more importance and girls are neglected. It is also one of the inequality, gender inequality. And even giving importance to health. The girls' health is given less importance and boys' health are given more importance. It is also the gender inequality what is found in our Indian society. How it come to know? With one of a survey which was took place in the year 2015 and 16, that is the National Family Health Survey. National Family Health Survey. What it says? It says that here the BMI of women is less when we compare to the men, particularly the body mass index. Body mass index of the rural women and urban women is compared. What is the body mass of the rural women? 24.5, and here the body mass of urban women. It is a rural and it is a urban. What is the body? 16.2. 16.2. Here it shows that here the body mass of women is less, and it is because of the gender inequality what is found in our Indian society. And when we take into consideration here, the survey says that 60.9% of the children are affected by the problem of anemia. That is the less blood in their body, that is anemia. It is also one of the survey says that a discrimination, and particularly the women who are 45.2% of the pregnant women also facing the problem of anemia. It shows that the inequality of gender is found in our Indian society. It is the three important things what we came to know. First one is the social inequality, then the education inequality, and then the gender inequality. Next concept of this chapter is social stratification. Social stratification. Let us try to know about that concept also here. The meaning of this social stratification. What is this one? Here, in our society, here we can find the thinking of the people. Some are considered as superior and some are considered as inferior. And here, dividing the people into various strata. What is social stratification? Dividing people into various strata means position, and according to their strata assigning the role. That is according to their position assigning the role to them and responsibility to them. That is called as social stratification. And here assigning various type of roles and status according to their position. It is about the social stratification. Let us, after knowing about the meaning of the social stratification, here we have to know about various important features and characteristics of the social stratification. Features. The first important feature of this social stratification is it is social in nature. It is social in nature. It is not assigning the strata or assigning the role to a particular person is only on the basis of social, not on the basis of physical. Physical traits are not taken into consideration. Physical traits not considered. What are the physical traits? Here, particularly a height of a person, or a body of a person, or even a beauty of a person, or strength of a person. Those will not be taken into consideration. Only the social concepts are taken. The caste of the person, gender of the person, those things will be taken into consideration. Here, this is the social in nature. The social stratification is social in nature. And here, next one is it is universal. Social stratification is universal. It is universal. Universal means it is found in every society, in all societies. That may be developed societies or underdeveloped societies or backward societies. Everywhere we can find the social stratification. Particularly in societies we can find the differences on the basis of division of labor. Division of labor and the profession and income are the criteria, and on that basis we can find the stratification or division. It is the next one. And next it is ancient. It is ancient. It is not a new phenomena, but it is existed even in the ancient times, in the medieval periods, and even in the modern age also we can find this kind of social stratification. And it is existed in different ways. Next is exist in different ways. In various methods we can find this kind of social stratification. Particularly in the Romans. In the Romans there was a stratification on the basis of plebeians and patricians. And in our Indian society it was in the name of Varna system. Here our Indians was a Varna system. Means our society was divided into 4 castes, that is Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. So it means it's found in different ways. It is also one of the important feature, and they are the important features of this thing, inequality as well as social stratification.